There we go. It came through that time. How did that happen? Welcome to
That's
the
good.
Opinion Planet podcast. My name is Nocam Dingle, and we have the other hosts here.
Amadeus Barry.
GymBagBob Jimmy.
GymBag.
Oh, that was very creative. You just took the first word and then you just added a Y. At the end.
Yeah.
All right. It's fine.
I'm not feeling very creative
Motherfucker
today.
had an improv club. All right.
Improv club.
Like, you had a better one.
We
did.
We did.
That
I
no one...
I came on the first day of yours, and it was a pre-planned, literally the opposite of improv. It was a pre-planned bit with something to do with a baby.
I remember that. It was a baby. It was...
Yeah, by the people that were running the club, it was pre-planned.
Okay,
That's the
wow.
problem. That's exactly why that's the problem.
I don't understand.
Was that a
People that were going
point?
to be doing the scene didn't know about it. Hey, Ferris.
You're one of the owners, so it falls
Yeah.
on you.
You were one of the head members. You know, you were...
I also want to say that I was, like, joined at the last minute, because Elijah was just like, hey, you want to be a part of this with us?
Any improv club that has him in it is...
already a failure.
He can do
Right.
improv, but it's just like improv from the most recent cartoon he's watched.
Jason, I want to hear some improv. I'm going to give you a scene, and that's it.
All right.
September 11th, 2001. You're in New York.
I walked out of my coffee shop. I took a small sip. I walked onto the street very nonchalantly, minding my own business. And a fucking street sweeper just ran me over. All right?
That's
All
it?
right. Yep.
Game over?
I died. I got sucked in.
Good job.
I got sucked into the street sweeper.
That's kind of the good ending for that day, at least.
Yeah, my corpse. They like kind of tore me up and sucked me up inside. And then I was just all mangled, so the worker was like, fuck. And then as the worker was just staring at my lifeless corpse, the plane did hit the tower, and it was just nearby enough. He was like, fuck this shit. And he just ran off. So my mangled corpse was just engulfed by the all the ashes and fumes of the impending destruction.
That sounds like a pretty fucking awful way to die. On
That's
the
horrible.
TikTok, I get these Chinese safety videos.
I just got one earlier, yeah.
Yeah, they're just really low effort, just like workplace situations. The funniest
Yeah.
one I saw, some guy had a pallet jack and he was unloading off of a truck.
Yeah.
He, didn't lower the pallet jack onto a thing to lower it onto the ground. So he just walked it off the edge of the truck and it just fucking slingshotted him forward, and it was pretty funny.
God damn.
I have to imagine that has actually happened to more
Didn't
than...
it say that, like,
Yeah.
these are based off of true events?
Yeah. It had to have happened to at least a couple of people, which is... I wonder what the, like, split, well, not split, but, like, those first 2 seconds of the situation unfolding, just, like, what is going through a person's mind, if anything, or it's just completely... Okay.
I imagine it's the same with... I know, right? I mean, fucking suck my own dick about it, but I imagine it's the same about, like, jumping. You know, at least that's what I would think. That your mind just goes blank. You know, you're not really thinking. You know, it's just life just keeps happening, and it just happens.
I feel like there's people that are just like that, though, normally. They're just, life goes.
I mean, there's people who don't have internal dialogue, and I imagine that's what it's like for them.
Even the people that have internal dialogue, they just don't. The amount of... Okay, so today, my Molly and I's big adventure, we went to Roseville in Texas to go see the Taylor Swift concert movie.
Concert film,
whatever the fuck. So Texas, Austin specifically, is a pretty big city. The amount of dumb fucks, it's, I don't know. I probably made it worse on myself, like trying to go 80 for most of the entire trip because I have little patience, and I just want to feel like I'm physically getting to my destination faster than everyone else. But I don't understand the people that just like sit in the left lane and just go the speed limit or under it. I just want to know, like, what part of the fucking driver's education did you miss? What part of you makes it think it's okay? They're not turning at all. They'll sit in the left lane for 20 fucking miles, just going the speed limit, never passing anybody.
Yeah.
I don't get it. And it makes me break the law because
so you imagine they're one of those people that just nothing really goes on in their head.
No,
life just happens.
Head empty. Even if they have internal dial, they have the capacity for it. It just doesn't fucking exist.
I think that's probably what happened when I almost got hit by that car. Just NPC.
I just went on fucking autopilot. Yeah, it was fun. I had a fun time feeling like I was in the Fast and Furious.
It's good.
Otherwise, yeah, it was pretty uneventful. I've seen the concert live. I'd say it was more memorable in person than in a movie theater. But
it's fair. You think it was just like a cash grab kind of thing?
I mean, yeah, pretty much. It's for the people that didn't make it to the concert, but
couldn't afford tickets or it got sold out before they had the chance to purchase it.
So you saw a lot of trailer trash there?
A lot of girls in Taylor Swift merch. I saw that.
Did you insult any of them?
I saw one guy playing the crossword thing on his phone during the film.
Nice.
More power to that guy.
I understand him. I
thought it was pretty fun.
I would have liked to have done something similar, but I'm too self-conscious to do that type of shit. And
you're too fucking self-aware of your surroundings to do that.
Yeah. I mean, you did kind of doze off a little bit.
Hey, that's different, all right? I was dozing off for like 15 or 20 minutes, and it was just like the most boring fucking song. She didn't play anything good. She only played like maybe 5 good songs. 5 interesting songs, I should say. Maybe like 2 good ones. What are your thoughts on Taylor Swift, Jason? Do you think that she deserves to be like the next big musician? Do you think she's, one of the greatest of all times?
One of the GOATs?
Yeah.
Taylor Swift?
Yeah.
I think she's overrated.
Why do you think that?
Her music is it's just generic ass pop music. And it's I'd say like, at least for these days, it's probably like the standard for pop music. And then people just based off of that.
So they don't actually like her because she has good music, just because other people like her?
I mean, people's tastes differ, so obviously they like her because they enjoy certain music. I don't know. It's not my particular taste. Maybe some music, but I don't know. I wouldn't say.
I feel like a lot of people jump on the trends, and when it was like trendy to hate on her back in like 2016, everyone was doing that, and then come recent time when her like newest album just got released and stuff, people started being like, she's so amazing, oh my god, how could people have ever hated her? There's a lot of people.
You're like that though, right? So
me?
Yeah.
I've listened to Taylor Swift since I was 3 years old. Yeah.
I mean, I've listened to like all sorts of music since I was 3, because my dad would get home from work and just blare it in the living room.
When her music video for Love Story and You Belong With Me like first originally came out, I sat at my mom's computer for like hours just rewatching those videos a day.
It's a fucking cult thing.
Yeah.
It-
I was like 6 or something, and I was just
I mean,
like,
when you're at a
in a
particular
bunker.
age, there's just some media you just rewatch over and over and over again for some
Mhm.
reason. It's like a
I understand that. I did the same thing, except it was like Finding Nemo as a kid.
yeah,
for
it
me.
was weird. For my sister, it was Infinity War.
What?
Yeah,
It's an interesting one to just rewatch over and over and over.
but I mean, I could understand
It's a decent movie, but like,
it.
what?
Yeah.
That movie, it doesn't. I mean, I guess if you know the backstory, but it still feels like you don't just watch.
At
that,
least
you
there's more stuff going on in the screen than like
Yeah.
like a 3-minute music video or something.
Yeah.
That one's kind of
Just a nice
like
little.
full length movies. Like Finding Nemo, I'd say is justifiable, but
Yeah.
one music video,
It was 2 music videos.
2 different
I don't
music
know if
videos.
you've
You
heard
just set up a playlist and then just set it
No.
on loop.
I seeked them out every single day.
Speaking of Taylor Swift, I want to share something with both of you and get your
Her
thoughts
jet
on it.
usage?
Hey, don't fucking interrupt.
Sorry,
All right.
What the fuck?
Mr. Man.
Man. Criticism of Taylor Swift on social media soared this past weekend. This was dated August 2nd, 2022, after the pop singer topped a list of celebrities most guilty of polluting the planet with their private jets. Taylor Swift's jet was in use for 170 out of the first 200 days of 2020 and emitted 8,293.54 metric tons of CO2, 1,184 times what a normal person emits each year.
And that's
Let's see.
just it's a jet, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
So
private
I mean,
jet.
it's gonna emit a lot of CO2. A lot of
Yeah.
rich tards do that every day.
Yeah,
Why are we just singling this one out?
because she's a fucking woman. I don't
Because
fucking
she's trendy.
know. Yeah.
That's it. I mean,
Well, okay.
there's a lot of pieces of shit that do it more often, like the fucking
Well, yeah, the
what's
people
like
that
the church, the giant ass like mega churches.
the mega churches, the pastors.
Yeah,
that,
they're always fucking flying around their big ass jets.
multi-millionaires, but they still proclaim to be working for God. Yeah,
Yeah.
But that's talking about apples. We're talking about oranges, aka Taylor Swift. How do you guys feel about the fact that do you think like she should have a ban that like you get a certain amount of time in the air with your private jet before it's like okay, you have to offset your environmental pollution by doing something environmentally friendly, or
No.
is it just no?
I don't know. I mean,
I mean, what? So we just stop at her? We have
Well,
mega
no, this would be
corporations. We have
this would be for
China who's
everyone.
emitting most of
All right.
pollution. I feel like it's just an
all right.
unstoppable thing to begin with. So
America only, because that's what America can control is itself.
well, I mean,
Now,
that's kind of true.
this ruling would apply. We'll talk about that later. This ruling would apply for all people that have a private jet, but Taylor Swift is going to be the first person to suffer the consequences of, I don't know, this fucking private jet ban. Or do you guys think she should be able to have her private jet and just fly it as much as she does? Do you guys have an
yeah.
issue? Okay.
I mean, with any like giant celebrity, I feel like wouldn't be safe on a regular commercial flight or something, even if they are in first class. It's just airport, all the people surrounding them, like, just it'll be
Yeah,
more
but she doesn't need a private jet.
airport.
She could get like a small like private plane. Emits
Yeah.
less pollution. She doesn't need fucking jet engines. Or hell, she could have jet engines, but it's just smaller, more compact.
Yeah, but I
That's
mean,
true.
with how
I
often
mean,
she flies, I think I just saw Google searching. Taylor Swift's jet spent nearly 7 days worth of time in the air during her Eras tour, which is her most latest one.
Yeah.
The singer's jet often flew to Nashville late at night after her concerts wrapped up. So every fucking her concerts were spaced out like a week apart. 3 days apart?
It was either 2 shows or 3 shows for the weekend, and then Monday through Thursday off. So
Okay, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, pretty much. So, about a Nashville trip every week. That'd be kind of fun, though. I mean, I'm no better if I had that kind of money. I was that kind of popular. Yeah, I'd be using my fucking private jet.
Well, I mean,
cool.
we'd be more efficient though because we'd have a private Zeppelin. It takes less emissions. It's cooler. You see it come into town, like, oh, what the fuck is that? Oh, it's Opinion Planet coming into town.
That'd be cool. I'd ideally like to have the Opinion Planet Zeppelin, like to really emphasize the advertising and marketing side of things. And then I'd want like a fucking speed demon of a plane. It'll still have the OPP logos on it, but you're not going to see it. But for those that know, they know they just got fucking oped.
They got opt.
Yeah, they got opt. What about you, Jason? Do you think she should just be able to fly? No restrictions, nothing?
I feel like, I mean, on a personal level, I don't really give a fuck about her. So, I mean, if they did put restrictions, sure, why not? But I feel like, again, it's just singling her out over all the other rich fucks who are...
These restrictions will apply to everyone, but we're just
everyone?
talking about an example.
Okay, just using her as an example and as an application to everyone. Yeah, I mean, why not diet down a bit? I mean, it's better for our atmosphere. We can only control our pollution unless we go to war and then emit some more pollution just to lower the pollution. But
yeah, we just have Taylor Swift fly to every country, convince people that being American is the way to go, and then bam, we have the whole world united. Taylor Swift saved the world.
why don't we just put monorails throughout the country?
No.
And then we can have her just have a private cab in one.
Yeah, that'd be good. No,
and then
we
we could have
to go to other countries. We need that money to go for our fancy fucking weapons, alright? They're cool.
That's true.
I like seeing what they can do, but it's also like depressing to see a missile, one fucking rocket fired, and that's more money than I'll ever have in my life.
Yep. And it just goes bye-bye. Yep. And it fucking misses the target as well. Lands in some wedding. Like, oh, that's nice.
It's a funny feeling. It's a funny feeling.
I mean, a lot of it is like price gouging. Like the companies know, like, well, I mean, the defense budget will pay anything for this, so let's bring up the price.
Yeah, let's just fucking literally make it. Isn't that kind of how the healthcare system works as well?
Where, essentially.
What is it? The hospitals ask for outrageous amount of money because the insurance companies will pay it, and then they just like.
Yeah, that's why you have to ask for like some specific receipt of like the real billing.
Itemized.
Yeah, itemized.
Yeah.
So yeah. You don't have insurance, ask for itemized billing, and then you can put yourself in debt just slightly less.
I honestly feeling so. I had a job interview over the phone, and I may or may not be getting another one in person. I gotta wait a couple of days to hear back, but they said the benefits start 30 days in. I'm honestly considering just like, as long as like if I needed to enroll at some point, like even if it has to be a year away, what's the fucking point? At least for the age that I'm at right now. I'm young. My body's comparatively to how it will be in a couple of years, couple of decades, it's in pretty good shape. So like, what's the point of having that however much money taken from my paycheck? What does it really serve?
It gives you yeah.
I have no peace of mind. It gives me no peace of mind. I feel
that you're paying for your insurance.
What the? I mean, even if say I fucking broke my foot and I had to go to the doctors, I mean, I'd still be paying out of my pocket a hefty amount. I mean,
Yeah.
it'd be covered marginally by, I think, my insurance, whatever the fucking rates are, and yeah,
I think they shouldn't even pretend that they're taking money out of your paycheck. Just tell me what the rate is.
yeah.
Just
Or,
fucking tell me what I'm making, and then yeah.
or here's a radical idea: instead of spending 6 billion to Ukraine, 800. That's 800 trillion, 800 billion on defense. You know, we just kind of cover people's
Stop
manhood.
it.
I'm actually curious.
It's impossible.
I feel like how much?
It's like
How
it's not as much as you think.
possible
Free healthcare.
universal in America?
We're like one of the only first world countries that doesn't have free healthcare.
I like how there's not a single website. Wait, universal. I might want to put healthcare after that.
Was everything just coming up Universal Studios?
Yeah. I don't believe that. Whoever the fuck is this, Bernie Sanders? Who is this?
Some
Okay,
old fuck.
this is some kffhealthnews.org. The quote pointed out is Sanders, whoever this is, it doesn't give a first name, has said publicly that economists estimate Medicare for all would cost somewhere between 30 and 40 trillion over 10 years.
Over 10 years?
I don't believe that.
Over a decade? I mean, that's not much over a decade,
No.
considering our budget.
I suppose, yeah. I don't want Medicare for all. Just give me universal fucking healthcare. All right, the New York Times. Are you gonna gatekeep this article? You are. Cool.
$1 a week.
Fucking love the New York Times.
Is there like? I have the fucking American filter on. They're not giving me any good answer. They don't want me to find anything.
Because they don't want to do it.
Speaking of which, I want to do Opinion Planet like documentary type things.
Oh.
That'd be interesting because recently I've been doing, I saw like a video on like rich people, getting was it like blood? I don't know. They get like young people's blood or plasma, and then they just inject that in their face to make them look young. I mean, it's all like shit science, but what's interesting is so all these plasma, these facilities that sell the plasma to these businesses, they strategically place themselves in poor communities and around military bases because they know, oh, well, these people aren't making much, so they're going to come here and sell their plasma. So I think it would be interesting to do some research in that regard. So I know, which is perfect because I know one nearby.
Have you donated plasma yet, Jason?
No, I don't plan to.
What? You get like, I don't even know how much fucking money you get.
I don't want to provide to that shit. I don't care how much money you get. I don't want to fucking.
Would you get a cookie?
No, that's donation. You get a little cookie and a pat on the ass. Like, good job.
But like,
you get plasma. How much do you get?
What if it's like a really good amount of money?
I'm looking it up right now. How much do you get for donating? Oh, nice. First result. How much do you get for donate plasma?
Good old America.
Good old American grammar. The money you receive depends on your weight and location. The more a donor weighs, the more plasma can be collected.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I need to start eating. An appointment takes... That's perfect. Put themselves in poor communities. They go to food shelves. Food shelves don't have like a lot of good nutritional food, so there's a lot of overweight, poor people. It's actually perfect. But at most donation centers pay around $50 to $75 per appointment.
What? That's it?
Sometimes, but first times donors sometimes get big bonuses. This is from money.com. Very unironic. It's money.com.
Money.com. That's my favorite website right there.
As a new donor, you can receive over $500 your first month. Varies by location, is subject to change. What the fuck? CSL Plasma. All right, let's see this cunt website. Help save lives today. See, they say that, but they don't really like tell you where your plasma is going. It's probably going to go into some rich fuck's face.
I love our medical industry. No, I can't find like a specific website that I can totally trust, but there's a website I'm on called onpointfacts.org. Pretty much says that a proposal like Medicare for all, which would be in essence free healthcare through the taxes that we currently pay, would actually be cheaper for the average person. But it's just not going to happen.
Because America is greedy.
Well,
yeah, it's mostly because, liberals.
Yeah.
no.
Is that not what that is? It's just
It's
you're a communist country if you have this.
It's both sides, all right? People that get paid to not change anything because
Legal lobbying, legal fucking bribery.
Yeah, that's good. I don't remember what the name of the senator was, but like some guy not too long ago tried to introduce a bill that would prohibit senators from buying stocks and stock buybacks or something. Obviously, it didn't fucking pass, but
yeah,
the guy, he'll probably commit suicide within the next 2 days. Something.
yeah, it's I don't know. Do you think you'll ever live to see American healthcare improve?
No.
It's good. Do you think you'll live to see possibly the beginning to the end of probably human existence?
I mean,
or do you think we're just main characters and that no matter what we do, we'll just survive?
I think we're just main characters.
All right. Well, I mean, as long as we have that mindset, then we're safe. We're good.
I don't know.
I know that the U.S. had plot armor for the moon, so
I think well, it would be interesting in its own right to be alive during like end times. I mean,
yeah. How would that feel being the last generation?
It'd be kind of fucked. But like, when was the last time there was an actual end times? When was the last apocalyptic event that happened?
Maybe the closest would be the Black Plague, or if you're religious, probably something else. But
yeah, the flood. I don't remember where I'm getting this from, but something scientific. How like other religious texts both kind of agree that around the same time there was like a massive flood that wiped away a large part of the population. I mean, early Earth, some fucking violent tsunami or earthquake could have happened and fucked up a lot of places.
maybe in specific communities, I guess.
I mean, yeah, especially
I think a global event would be kind of hard to justify or prove.
Yeah, the last like big global event. I'm curious. Latest global extinction event.
Won't that just be the classic asteroid? Hitting, destroying prehistoric life.
I guess, yeah. 65 million years ago.
Yeah, and I think we're due for another one. But I mean, so far we don't really have anything. And we have some close calls, but and again, we shot something at an asteroid. We got to live to see that, actually. And it worked exactly how we thought it would. So we have actual defense measures for an event like that now, which I think is kind of dope. But
Against like asteroids or
yeah, so like you kind of just defer their paths a little bit, so it just gives them enough time to divert their course.
how though?
You know, it's
Like,
not too much. So like if you throw, you throw like a man-made object at the fucking floating space rock that's like on a collision course straight for our a dear loved planet that we pretend to care about so much. And then if we explode said object, not even because we didn't even explode it, we just caused an impact. We just crashed into it. It slowed it down enough to move it off course, exponentially. It's exponentially. So I had a course
it
like you
exponentially
hit, yeah,
altered the trajectory. All right.
yeah. I had a course, and like, yeah, it altered it just enough that like the future impact is not even close to where it was. So
I didn't think even our most powerful weapons would make a dent for that type of shit, but that's slightly comforting.
yeah, that we have some defense measures for that. That's why I think we should just take money out of the U.S. military and just start funding NASA more. But we got to figure out we gotta be the world police, and we have to find the world's problems, or we have
I
to
think,
fix the world's problems before we go to space.
yeah, I think, yeah, most likely mass extinction event would be if one of our if a country's leader just says fuck it, let me push the big red button, or we kind of I remember at least in the early stages of 2020, at least hearing people, adults and whatnot, say, we have no idea like what the scale of this is. Is this going to be like the 1920s Spanish flu, or
Yeah.
1300s Black Plague type shit where you catch it and you're just fucked?
And we have germ theory now, and
Well, yeah, I mean, we did a lot better than
better sanitization. But
Oh,
the biggest hurdle was all the idiots. No, I'm
vaccine.
not putting that in my body. Which I mean, which is
Vaccine.
fair on on one end because you're willingly becoming a test subject for future studies.
Yeah.
Because like when I got the one of the first doses of the vaccine, like one of the originals. It was I think it was the Pfizer,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, probably when I'm like 60, I'm probably gonna be fucking getting some weird ass disease like shingles, and then I'm gonna see something like if you or a loved one had the Pfizer shot back in the 2020 pandemic, you may be
Eligible.
eligible for compensation. But
It's pretty good. You supported a $181 billion company. That's
I didn't want to, and I
no,
didn't pay for it, but I did it because my college required it. And then as soon as I went to college, they didn't require it anymore. That was nice.
As of June 27th, over 13.4 billion vaccine doses have been administered globally. Interesting. It is kind of funny though. When was the last time you heard COVID mentioned?
I mean, it's still something we talk about every now and then.
Yeah, well, that we talk about, but like, the media. When was the last time they
Media
talked
or
about?
like at your job. When was the last time you just heard some random person talking about COVID?
Yeah.
When I was sick for those 3 weeks, my coworkers kept asking, "You don't have COVID, do you?"
Yeah, it's a big thing. People are like, actually, yeah, we had a couple people get COVID recently. My job.
Just tell them it's the flu and to grow the fuck up.
Yeah,
Like,
it's the common cold. Dipshit. All right. Yeah, I don't know. It is. Well, you've had it, right?
Yeah,
How was it? How was your experience?
it was boring. It was common cold type shit. Slightly less worse than a common cold, honestly. I
But I
felt
mean,
kind of.
you're young, right? So I mean,
Yeah,
of course.
well, I'm just built different.
When I had it, it was awful.
Yeah, because your immune system is like a fucking fruit flies.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Are you gonna say built like fruit roll-ups? But
Yeah, it's built like a fruit roll up. Whatever the fuck that means.
Yeah.
interpret it.
Yeah.
Because I remember like the first 2 days, I couldn't stay awake. I would try to watch something or like do something, but my eyes wouldn't stay open. So I just slept for like 2 days straight. I couldn't taste anything. I couldn't smell anything. My body was just
How
dying.
quickly did you get your sense of smell and taste back?
Smell probably um only probably 2 weeks after I had it.
Damn.
Taste a couple months. I would slowly get certain tastes back if it was like strong enough of a taste, but
So did you get the COVID-19 vaccine?
no.
Okay. So as the person who got anecdotal evidence, all right. As the person who got the vaccine, I'm the only one in the group who hasn't gotten COVID.
Yeah, but you got like the bitch variation of the COVID. I took the real thing.
Or maybe, yeah, maybe that was COVID a couple weeks back when I had fucking chills and shit, and I was fucking
Maybe.
literally felt like I was dying, but I still showed up to work, and I
You
still
should have
did
taken the
PT
test.
in the morning. So I'm not a bitch. That's fucking bad. No, I got it from a coworker who said, "Oh, don't worry about it. I just have allergies." And then somebody
Oh,
else got it, and then like, "Ha, fucking sucks for you." And then the next day, I got it. It's like, God damn it.
do you like, hey, find that person and like call them out, like
Beat them
motherfucker?
up.
They're literally like above me. They outrank me already.
Really?
Should I
Beat
just
them up.
kick their ass? It's like you beating up your manager. Would you do that?
I would like to. I feel like my boss. It would just be fun to punch him.
Yeah.
I
I
don't know
couldn't
why.
imagine that. I like my leadership, so
Surprising.
it is surprising.
Don't go into the box.
I remember the motorcycle course I was talking about months ago
Yeah.
that Black Lung came on. And it was like I
Mhm.
paid like $300 to $400 for it. Yeah, so I got signed up for that. There's like some dipshit who wasn't even trying. He's like, yeah, there's no like openings for the course. Well, you literally go on the website and you can see that there's openings like months in advance. So he just didn't want to be helpful. So yeah, I'm getting a $300 to $400 course for free. It's kind of
Nice.
neat.
I'm glad that you're taking advantage of your situation to get them. You can maximize the most.
I mean,
I
I plan it out. Some people don't. Right?
Yeah. My situation, kind of tying back a bit earlier, that job interview for a company, it's a food delivery truck service, yellow. For any listeners out there that are curious, um, it sounds there's some parts that I probably wouldn't like. I'd pretty much be working and not get home until like an hour and a half until I have to go to bed. Pretty much working all day, Monday through Friday. A lot of driving in a poor gas mileage vehicle. But here's the kicker. Um, I believe on the website they said something like $850 per week. You get paid weekly. If that's the case, I don't fucking care. I'll do it. That's rich white boy money right there. 3,200 a month. Well, I guess anywhere from like 3,000 to Probably anywhere from like 2,600 to 3,000 a month. Taxes and all that other shit.
Yeah. Say 850 a week?
Yeah.
I thought it was 1,000 a week.
let
Man,
me
that's just like slightly less than UFC money.
UFC was like, I suppose though. Do you remember what your paychecks were like at UFC?
It was like 2,000 something.
The fuck?
I mean, especially with overtime, it was quite a bit.
I suppose I only.
Because
ever had
remember, yeah, you worked 40 hours by Thursday, and then by Friday, that's the whole day's overtime.
Yeah, I mean, so you typically had like the 50-hour work week, right?
Yeah.
What the fuck? The highest paycheck I ever got from them was like 1,700.
I mean, it was around there, right? And I think at my most, I got a $2,000 paycheck, but yeah, it was around 2,000, and I just accounted for taxes, so it's probably around 17,800.
It'd be pretty nice to have that rich white boy money, especially because going to like rich people malls, you know,
Yeah.
they're just fucking expensive. Everything is. I don't know. Plus, I can start like buying OPP merchandise and just spreading it everywhere, just on like a box of flyers to random police stations.
Yeah, it's another thing after COVID, though, right? It was like the massive, like, quick inflation of things.
Yeah, because it's a supply chain issue. We're not getting enough.
For COVID, heard that a lot.
The fact
It is
that,
unprecedented.
we got that stimulus check.
Stimulus checks, yeah, that was a big thing. It was just handing out money to the public. And it's fine. The public will just eat it up. Like the Republicards, they're like, oh, okay. Yeah, that's awesome. I get free money? That's literally the definition of fucking communism, you dumb cunt. But no, I mean, it's happening to you, so you might as well just reap the benefits, right?
Yeah. Okay. Here's the job position, and I'll read you exactly what it says.
That's what it says.
Description: $52,000 to $57,000 per year, $160 a day plus commission. First 12 weeks are protected pay at $1,030 per week. So the phone interview, I asked them, like, how does this commission work? Am I just like knocking on people's doors? And they said, no, you already have, the majority of the client base is already with us. I mean, if you want to encourage people, you can, but
Yeah, that was a dumb question, to be honest.
all right. From what I remember how she said, it's just kind of, I think, like, if you exceed what you're expected for your delivery, so I'd imagine if, like, you're new, they only kind of expect you to get to, like, I don't know, 40 people, maybe 30 people, but if you're able to do more, that's, I believe, how she worded it. I don't know. So, she sounded pretty receptive. I definitely fibbed a couple of parts of that interview, just, I don't know, kind of awkward, but she said she'd send my application to her manager, and then I'd have to... They said they had to send my application to their legal team because of my speeding tickets.
Oh, okay.
They
Well,
just have to make sure. How she worded it was, since the last speeding ticket I had was over a year ago, that should be fine. Should be, but
that's
I don't know.
stupid. They should be endorsing that speeding.
Yeah, I get my shit done fast.
Yeah. You should have said that as a benefit.
I still have to do the in-person interview if they decide to go with me, so I'll word it like, yeah, I'll be your fastest guy within like 3 weeks. Just,
yeah.
Ignore.
I was already told by MediaCom actually.
I'll show them that email.
Yeah. Just add that. Just paste that in your resume. That email.
Yeah, under my achievements.
Yep. Yeah, achievements. Just that.
Do you have a resume, Jason? Like, just on hand?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't had to use it like forever, but I have one that I just update if I need to apply.
Yeah. Is it up to date with your current work history?
No, because I don't need to yet.
That's fair.
I don't think I'll ever use it again.
Really?
At least, ideally, I shouldn't do, right?
I guess, yeah.
I mean, either got just this job or, if something takes off, then I'll just.
Yeah.
What am I gonna send the resume to myself? Like,
Yeah.
I got a company that you can send your resume to. I
what's
think you'll
that? Should I just do that just for fun? Just go to interviews? Like,
Yeah.
when I hang out
Exactly.
after work, I have a job interview.
Be like the glasses camera.
Like, just very obviously, just a fucking lens in the middle of your face.
No, I just want to.
Send a link.
All right, I'm sending you a link to a website that will take you to a company that I think you would enjoy, based on what I know about you. I don't know. I don't think it'd work for me. I think they'd fire me. But where the fuck do you apply?
Is it McDonald's?
You read my mind. There we go. Careers. Just show me like what you have available for the areas. All right, we got some. You know what? I should have just went with one of those instead of the fucking. What was it? Leg crew shit.
Yeah.
I should have just went with something else. Probably would have lasted longer. Leg crew, like from my time there, from my understanding, there's only one leg crew.
They need leg crew.
Yeah,
It's like
they
nobody
need
wants
it.
to do it.
No.
Somebody tried leaving the leg crew and they just increased his pay. They eventually got out of it, thankfully, but I don't know. Personally, I thought it was kind of cool.
I'm sure, yeah.
I mean,
was that a person that was working with you when you were there? The person that like tried to leave and they just like, here, take more money.
Yep. Yeah.
Was it? What was their name?
I'm not gonna say it in here.
Say their fucking first name.
You know their name.
Mark?
Yeah.
Oh, him?
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah,
Yeah,
I remember.
he eventually left. He got to leave. He got
Yeah, I
out.
remember.
I think he went to bin crew. Man,
Yeah,
that was a weird chapter of my life.
working with like people 10 years older than you.
Yeah, I was just the quiet guy.
Yeah.
It was like that, and then going to college. You know, I'm talking like this isn't a weird chapter myself. That's what I like though, is that I keep things interesting. If I treat my life like it's a TV show, and I like keep doing things to make it interesting, then I have more stories, more experiences, more fun.
Are you on a fun season right now, or is it kind of like slowed down?
It's slowed down. I mean, we're going to.
Viewership's lower.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, it's spiked a little bit. The writers are edging the community because of the whole Israel situation, but we're like, oh, is this? Are they going to go? Because that would boost viewership if we went.
Would you want to go? Would you want to do something there, or just like be the person that looks? You have the big gun. You're there.
To say that I wouldn't would be a lie, because I feel like I want to get something out of this while I'm here, because it's very unlikely I'll do another contract. So I mean, if I can say that I did at least something,
Yeah.
I went here, during this time, then yeah, why not? I mean, what? Obviously, there's downsides to it. It would probably suck in some regards, but keep it interesting, keep my life interesting.
What are your current thoughts on the situation over in Israel and Gaza?
We're moving over here already.
Yeah. Well, not
Um,
all. We've been at
yeah.
this for like about an hour.
Yeah. Um, how about we're about an hour in? I'll tell you right after our messages.
That works.
All right. Well, yeah, I'll see you after these messages then, Coons.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Oblivion Planet.
You ever wanted to date a host of Opinion Planet podcast? Well, now is your chance. Our esteemed host, Jason Dennis Cam, is on the market for the right woman. We're looking for paper thin, funny individuals. Not too funny. He still needs to be funnier than you. You also can't be taller than him. We're talking 5
10.
under. Some relationship benefits would include behind the scenes OPP content, free liquor. He will force you to work out with him. Lots of yelling. He will be very creative about how he yells at you. This relationship is not for the faint of heart. Weak women will be weeded out. So if you're interested in wasting 5 years of your life, please email us at opinionplanetpodcast@gmail.com with your application. If you are chosen to proceed, we will email you back with a Roblox server to meet on. On a more personal note from the other two hosts, we really need him to stop being a third wheel, and we would like to go on double dates. So please, ladies, keep your eye out for Nocam.
And now we return to our hosts. All right, we're back to the Opinion Podcast with some existential dread and a question about murders. So,
Wait, was it just all dead air after the advertisements?
yep.
Nice.
I was
Alright.
just waiting to throw us back in, and then like I had my mouse over the fade back in button, but
The question I asked our esteemed host, who wants a lady in his life, do you
yep.
do you think that you could get away with murder? Why or why not?
So I think a lot of people think they would just because I've watched a lot of crime shows, and then you see, and then all of a sudden, like a couple months later, you see their fucking what is it? Not an interview, interrogation. Their interrogation on YouTube, and then some guy just talking over it. Like,
Jason,
I don't.
didn't
The
you know-
the biggest fucking thing is just keep your mouth shut after that. You don't need to talk. It doesn't
don't
make
need
you
to
look more suspicious if you talk or not. All
you
right.
don't need to
I'm not
search-
endorsing murder, but you're a fucking idiot if you talk about it. If you try
Or-
to like, yeah.
I was gonna say like doubly idiot if you are one already talking about it, and police take you in for an interrogation and you actually fucking talk to them.
I mean, that's exactly it. I mean, you're talking directly to the police, and they're, quote unquote, they're there to help you. They're not. No police individual, especially if they're investigating you, they're not there to help. Not you, at least.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just keep your mouth shut, regardless if you have a lawyer in mind or not. You have nothing to tell them. You have nothing to prove to them. But whatever. I feel like that's the biggest thing. And then, but I mean, again, if you're in the hot seat and you're being asked all these questions, would you? Like, would you open up, or would you? Because like there's a part of your mind that's telling you like, well, if I tell them, this or that, I mean, maybe they'll they'll go on to the next guy. Maybe I just won't be suspicious anymore.
No. You have to be fucking god tier liar, fabricator to get away with that shit.
Yeah.
I think say I killed somebody and I'm in the interrogation room. I don't know, just like be very curt and fuck with them without like saying anything incriminating. I don't know, just stupid shit. Try and waste their time, make it feel like irritate them. That would be my goal.
I just say lawyer, like that Mike Ehrmantraut scene. Lawyer.
Lawyer.
It's perfect. That's all you need to do.
Maybe I should become a lawyer. Let me look at the legal programs at my community college.
Yeah, I keep thinking about it, but I keep also remembering like how boring it is, and how much, how long it's gonna take even just to get it. And then if you're a lawyer, not an attorney, but if you're an attorney, you can be a lawyer. So you have to shoot for an attorney. You probably want to be a criminal attorney, right? To keep it interesting.
Yeah.
But none of the crimes are going to be as interesting as you think. It's probably going to be like you're protecting some mom who wants their kid after it was they were taken from Child Protective Services because there's cat piss all over the carpet or some shit. Like, why would you want to protect that shit?
You could be a divorce lawyer. I'm sure you have like fun stories to tell.
That would be interesting. There was a one for an e-term we did at school. We had like this program called e-term where like every once in a while we'd have interesting classes. I did a criminology, or like they took us to it was like a criminology thing, and they took us to a courtroom, and we'd ask the judge the questions. And I think one of the questions that was asked, like, what was the most interesting like person you got or something.
Yeah.
And it's like,
you were in that class?
Yeah, was you in there too? Were you in there too?
Me was.
All right. Yeah, it was, and then the judge,
The
I think
bailiff.
one of them was they had like 3 songs. on their way, or whenever they were accused of speeding, so they they were trying to fight a speeding ticket. The cop actually showed up, surprisingly, and their argument was, well, normally when I drive home, I only 3 songs is what it takes for me to get home. But this time it was actually like 4 songs.
What?
So I mean, it was the shittiest defense ever. I don't know what he was thinking. He was just trying to represent himself over a speeding ticket. Just at that point, just take your fucking L. All right, you don't have a good case.
No, there's so many better ways to. Oh, whatever.
There's no way to fight it.
There's no way to prove it. It just.
Yeah, I mean, there's just better ways. Let's just put it that simply. But then another one was the divorce court. It was like they were trying to get their child back, or were trying to get their custody back with their child, and I think essentially they're just a shitty father all around. Yeah, I mean they didn't say that, the judge, but it's court appearances, they're pretty formal.
Yeah.
This guy showed up in a printed shirt, best dad ever, or something like that.
Good old Vikings jersey to your court order here.
Viking jersey, that'd be based. Can you imagine like if you won a case wearing a Vikings jersey?
I want my photo taken in the courtroom.
That would be fucking amazing.
Ask the judge if I can get a photo with them.
Yeah, can I take a photo with you after this? Or we get some brewskis?
I remember from that term we were talking to the bailiff, and they were talking about their gun and how bailiff's pistols are loaded with hollow point ammunition because if they have to use their weapon, then it's time to kill.
That's actually fucking disgusting.
Is it?
That's disgusting human behavior. What the fuck? I don't remember that.
At least from what I remember, yeah, it's if there's like violence in the courtroom, if that makes me beg the question though, like shouldn't fucking all law enforcement then have hollow point ammunition?
No, it's supposed to be a deterrent. It's lethal force. I mean, if you draw a gun, it's lethal force. And then if you draw like a taser or something, that's less than lethal. If you draw lethal force, it's not like necessarily supposed to kill. It's not.
Why not?
It's just supposed to deter them or stop them.
Well, why doesn't the military only use hollow point rounds? Well, okay. Yeah, you know what? Actually, yeah, against like the countries that the U.S. military has kind of been like fighting as of late, hollow points would work effective. They would work splendidly.
I mean, again, it's with that, right? At least with like general warfare, not like special. You all you want to do is down the guy. Because like countries like Russia and shit, they see a dead guy in the battlefield. What are they gonna do? They're gonna drag him out? No, they don't give a fuck. That's their grave now. Where they land is their grave. But if it's like some guy who's injured and he's like, "Oh, please, my leg," and he starts like fucking whining and crying about it, you got to take him off. You got to actually do something about that. You can't just leave him there.
Your impression of a dying Russian.
Yeah, it's because they have to do something about it.
No.
But if you kill them, then lights out. Fucking your gravestone goes there.
So you're saying it's more humane to kill them slowly from like internal.
It's not humane, but it's more it's more useful to have them die slowly because then they have to do something about it. And instead of just leaving them there. So it just depends on what kind of country or fucked up entity you're talking about. Because most of the time, if we're fighting something against us, they're not necessarily civilized. So
I never thought of it like that. You should tell that to the people of Israel and Gaza. Like, hey, if you're gonna shoot at them, just only shoot their fucking kneecaps.
Yeah, exactly. Or that's why you're supposed to aim for their main body, or anyone. Because why would you shoot for the fucking head? You're just wasting bullets.
Yeah. No, hearing more about the situation, I think like the death toll on both sides is at like 3,200. I kind of understand
Damn.
why it happened. I mean, I will never support, just people getting fucking killed for any reason. But from what I've seen, Israel was pretty much declared a country like 1940s, I want to say 1948.
I think it was late 1940s, early 1950s.
Yeah, after World War II, so that Jewish people had a country to call home. The issue though was that the British just kind of like chose that spot while other people were already living there. Like, well, they're gonna be here now.
Yeah, it was 1948.
So yeah, the Jews they moved to Israel, but there was already another people living there, Palestinians.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
And
they used the tactics that they learned in World War II.
yeah, Israel territory just kept on growing and growing. Some of it non-peacefully, from what I recall.
Yeah,
up
they
until
took a lot of Palestinian homes, especially like, just homes that have been in their family for generations. Like, oh, no, this is ours now.
Yeah, we want it. Up until last like 20, 15 years or so, where it's just the Gaza Strip. The nickname that it's been getting, it's the largest open air prison in the world. Such a small piece of land housing like 2 million people, and it's just miserable conditions all around.
Yep.
So I get why, kind of, what's the saying, like when an animal is backed into a corner.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like World War II, right? I mean, there was a lot of sanctions and embargoes put on Japan. What are they supposed to do? Just sit there and let their country die? I'm not justifying like all the fucked up shit they did, nor am I justifying Palestine for gunning down civilians. But I'm just saying, like, if you back someone in a corner, what the fuck do you think is going to happen?
That was Hamas. Is Hamas the name of the fucking military? Because I'm still...
Yeah, I mean...
Because they're the ones that shot up the fucking music festival. Alright.
Hamas, officially the Islamic Resistance Movement, is a military organization. Yep.
I like how we both typed it in at the same time. We were reading the same the
That's great.
Wikipedia definition.
Yeah. Headquarters, Gaza.
Terrorist group. I can kind of agree with that. I mean, your reasons I can understand, but killing random civilians.
Yeah, I mean, it's
elderly
what's
children.
a terrorist group defined by our government, right?
They killed random civilians at a music festival. I'd say that's
yeah, I could say
it's politically motivated, and it has the idea to
yeah, I mean, by all definitions, it is a terrorist organization.
I mean, so is Israel, though, for them. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess, playing fair, the actions that Israel has done, that would be labeled terrorist actions, terrorist groups. But they're America's allies, so it's defense.
Let's talk about that. Why are they our allies? I mean, not only because we created it, but
my personal belief is that it's a you know how America has like a lot of military bases all over the world?
Mm-hmm.
Israel's a really big military base. I mean, it's not, but it kind of is. It's a military base without actually being a U.S. military base. It's a foothold in a very complicated, bloody part of Earth that serves.
Yeah, I mean, they're really good with testing military weapons.
Yeah.
I mean, this UAS course that I took, it took technology. It was like, it's literally just aim assist for real life weapons. It took technology that Israel uses.
Seeing some of the videos, the Iron Dome, seeing that in action.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy that like we can come up with that shit. It sucks. It's not it's purpose.
It's good. No, it's a really good system. Sophisticated, and it works really well. It's just that it was overwhelmed. Like, you have this allotted amount of bombs, but you have all these like extra, bombs coming in. I mean, you can't take them all. So what happened was the system was overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Because it took quite a bit out of the sky, but
yeah. You know what the Iron Dome in Israel is?
I do not.
It is
it's a giant iron dome that they made. It's like have you seen the Simpsons movie? It's pretty much that.
No, I haven't seen that.
Israel's just encased in a dome of iron.
Yep.
That would solve the solution. Pretty much it's say an enemy shoots a missile at you, you shoot your own missile and you explode it in the sky. It's just smart bombs targeting one another. It's supposed to be like it's the best way to counteract a missile attack because the only other way to counteract a missile attack is to use like fucking anti-artillery weapons, but that's or like a flak gun, but
No, he uses flak guns nowadays, huh?
no one. I mean, I'm sure they're since we have the U.S. Navy's biggest aircraft carrier in the region, maybe Iran is getting their AA up. Did you hear
What
about
would that do? Is that how you can use it? Because there's like jets. I guess if there's an airborne operation, but who the fuck's gonna use that against someone who has capable anti-artillery or anti-aircraft?
I don't know. I mean, did you hear what? I want to look this up just to verify, but Iran gave Hamas $6 billion. Oh,
that's interesting. So we're doing proxy wars with Iran now?
All wars are proxy wars, aren't they?
Yeah.
All right. U.S. reportedly persuaded Qatar to halt $6 billion to Iran. No, all right. Vox, don't disappoint me.
They are going to Vox.
All right. Iran likely won't launch a direct attack against Israel, but the possibility of a regional conflagration is real. I want facts here. I don't want any speculation. We kiss the hands of those who planned the attack on the Zionist regime, according to the country's supreme leader. The Zionist regime's own actions are to blame for this disaster. Hamas, for its part, has claimed sole responsibility for the attack on October 7th, which militants killed an estimated 1,200 Israelis, mainly civilians, injured upward of 3,000, and took 150 hostages. Yeah, it's just a big proxy war for other countries that are nearby.
Do you think they get like a little wet when they see that? When a war's going on? Like, oh shit.
Yeah, because I don't know, it suits them. Well, it's okay for the countries that it's good for, like Iran in this case. I'm sure they're very happy with the situation. The Zionist colony has been attacked. I don't know. Your enemies have been wounded a little bit.
Yeah.
Never mind. I guess that's what happens when you start thinking of countries as just like the things that the leadership has done versus mainly what countries are, which is the civilians that just live in it, exist. Just don't really want any part of this shit. I know, like a draft in America. You don't really have a choice. You're already there. You can't get drafted, Jason.
Yeah. That's the point, right?
I feel like with Gen Z, a fair amount, I'd like to say more than the majority of Gen Z would be anti-draft.
Yeah, I mean, I literally joined when at least the Army had the lowest recruitment since after the Vietnam War.
Do you think this war will increase recruitment or decrease it?
It probably neutral. I don't think it'll really change it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because not a lot of people are politically like informed on the situation. Personally, I think we should just fucking all of a sudden just start defunding Israel and just watch it play out, see what happens. So I think both sides are just pieces of shit. So I don't see a reason why. But
what's the? I remember hearing the ideal solution, the two-state solution. You know, you just give like Palestine equal amounts of land. I mean, it's still not fair because they had more than half of it not too long ago. But I think the best
yeah, at least give them some land. Like fuck.
Yeah, more than a strip. The best analogy I heard of the situation is, you know, your rich neighbor has a really fucking fancy sports car, and he sells it to you for a great price, and now you have a really cool sports car. The only issue, though, is that your neighbor stole it from his neighbor. So whose car is it now? I mean, you paid for it, but, you know, it's not really yours to begin with.
Yeah, that's.
What if they just move Israel
weird.
to, you know, on the border of Mexico and Texas? Why can't they do that? I don't know. Can't we like make America have 52 states? We can
You know,
divide
but
Alaska a little bit.
you move an entire nation all the way over here.
Yeah, Israel has like what 6 million people.
Yeah. Why not? You know, we already have.
Oh shit, 9
We have enough
million.
jobs for it.
Yeah, we could do with 9 million more workers in the economy. But I mean, yeah, that wouldn't ever work just because the land itself is also sacred for for majority of the big religions, at least in that
Right.
area, Christianity, Islam. So I don't know.
I don't know.
There's no
I
good way
think
to,
it's both.
there's no good way it ends. I mean, well, best case scenario is like it just stops, but you know, Gaza is
Now you're
still,
starting to sound like those those people who put the Israeli flags in their bios. We just want peace. Why don't you guys just be
that's
peaceful?
ideal, but what's the best solution here? How does this end well?
I think the best case scenario again is just give them their fucking, at least give them half. You know, because you already have a nation there, right? You can't really change that.
Yeah.
It's not like you're gonna kill enough people and then all of a sudden they're gonna disappear. They're like, all right, fuck this, we're all moving out, and then they get their fucking land back like magically. Like I don't know what. Again, I don't know. I'm ill informed, so I don't know exactly what Palestine wants out of this. But I think ideally, yeah. I mean, if they could come to an agreement of giving, at least, sharing it half and half. Again, I mean, ideal scenarios are never going to be. They're just not going to work because.
No. So the ideal scenario won't happen. What do you think is the likely outcome of all of this? What's your prediction? We'll check back in a year, see how this went, but
Unfortunately, I mean, at this point, what do you think is going to happen? Palestine's probably going to get fucking squashed like a bug. I mean, there's not.
I guess yeah, it depends on.
All they're getting fueled by is Iran. They're not even allowed to have their own nukes. All right.
I remember the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, like publicly declared they were going to commit a war crime, starve the city of electricity, food, and water.
Nice.
Yeah, the situation doesn't look so good. My realistic guess is yeah, a lot of dead Palestinians, more dead Palestinians than Israelis. Gaza Strip is further reduced, if not completely just removed. That'd be fucked. Complete removal of population.
I mean, that's something I personally disagree with.
2 million people.
I think obviously the fucking Hamas are fucked up. The citizens of it, though. The citizens of Palestine fucking just getting fucked over.
There's no winning. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think it would be better if Israel was just like less racist against Palestine or Palestinians.
yeah. It's like
But I mean,
more.
Hamas doesn't make it any easier.
It's hard to have forgiveness or to like be cooperative when, yeah, they just kind of kill your people.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any videos, but I know like there's a lot of talk about like children getting beheaded by Hamas.
Yeah, I heard
I
that
mean,
children and elderly just being taken in, captured, and yeah,
so I kind of get, yeah, if your enemy is giving you no quarter, then
yeah. I mean, they're literally gunning down civilians in this, or they were gunning down civilians in the streets. So I mean, yeah, committing literal war crimes, they're not going to give you any leeway. Can you
how much?
imagine just living your life and then all of a sudden you just become victim? It's just like a short-lived life, just becoming victim to another like nation's beliefs. I mean, I guess you could say that about any war, right? World
Yeah.
War One or World War Two, getting conscripted or getting drafted into it. You just become victim to a bunch of old fucks arguing.
Yeah. There's a good old phrase: send the politicians and billionaires' sons first to the war, or first in line,
Yeah.
and then bam, no more
And then
conflict.
all of a sudden, it's like, oh shit, we'll cooperate. We'll start talking.
I have no enemies. Yeah.
Yeah.
No one has enemies.
Nope.
They don't really.
I mean, I
It's
know
just
for sure there's like got to be a Russian out there that wants me dead just because I'm part of a particular organization, but
yeah, but he only wants you dead because um exactly that you're a part of an organization and he believes that you can't coexist.
yeah.
Towards you. That you're his enemy. But like, what have you personally done against him? Are you threatening this Russian? Are you gonna kill this Russian's family?
I mean, if he has his own podcast, then we'd have some opposition, obviously. He'd be my op.
He's your oppie.
And yeah.
I don't know. I think we just need to get all these people on MDMA. That's what I
Yeah,
was
I
busy.
think we should just start fucking doing gas attacks again, but except it's MDMA.
We can just yeah, like poison, quote unquote, the water supply with actually I don't know about that. I feel like there would be that one kid that's like really fucking dehydrated
Yeah.
and just drinks a fucking
It just
bottle.
fucking overdoses.
Yeah. Maybe not
That'd
that.
be the coolest death ever, huh?
I would hate that actually. What the fuck? Toilet paper?
I don't know what it is.
What are your thoughts on the image that I put for
Um,
our meme of the day?
Oh, I have to go to Twitch real quick. Shit.
Shit, I guess I could just send it Discord,
Yeah.
but
Molly,
I think it's funnier.
from what you've seen, what are your thoughts on Israel-Palestine conflict?
Um,
What's your take on the events?
The meme of the day.
I didn't really know much about it at all. I knew it was happening. I just didn't know like what the cause was or anything. I didn't
Are you
look.
the type of person to put it in the Israeli flag in your bio, but not really know what's going on?
No, I'm not. Do you think I would be?
Yeah.
What a great friend you are.
I know you like a book.
What book?
The Opinion Planet.
Manual?
Man,
That's
Opinion
fun.
Planet. What is it? Autobiography book. It's gonna be published in 2032. Well, every single one of us has a autobiography.
I'll start working on mine. But you were saying?
See, I still don't really feel like I can talk anything on it because I don't know much about it.
All right,
I mean,
here's
I don't know a lot about it, but I mean, I still talk about it.
here's the basics. 1948, Israel was founded in the country of Palestine.
Mhm.
Over the course of the next 8 decades, pretty much, Palestine shrunk immensely and Israel grew immensely. They took the land that belonged to the Palestinians until the point where all that was left was the Gaza Strip. I'm not sure like how big it is for reference, but 2 million people live in a really tight confined space.
Mhm.
And that's all they get. They've over the course of decades just lost their homeland to invaders, pretty much. People that they don't really have any genuine claim to the land. They were just moved there after World War II because here's your consolation. You suffered at the hands of Adolf, so take this land, enjoy it.
Mhm.
So the group Hamas, that's I guess like the military faction of Palestine. What was it last week? A couple of days ago, whatever. They launched a surprise attack against Israel. A lot of missiles, just trying to do as much damage as possible. Another group within the Hamas organization, and it's just like terrorist shit, just going to music festivals and shooting everyone, just killing as many people as possible. That's pretty much the gist of it. I mean, Israel has been cunts to Palestine for decades. I mean, it's not the first time Israel has killed Palestinians. I feel like there's been other instances where there's been like multiple deaths from Israel, just like skirmishes. But
I mean,
What?
the best solution to get this to just be not turned into anything bigger would just be to give back some of the land. But
so the two-state solution. That's
just scrolling through the opinions.
because there was a fucking lot of photos of dogs. I wasn't here last week because I was on a hike. It was a very exciting hike. I regret missing this, but I'm glad I got to explore a little bit.
I think the last podcast episode's still interesting. I mean, I read a lot of articles. We talked about TED Talk. Oh, there we go. I guess the winner is Israel, huh?
I'm surprised.
That's fucked up.
I mean, there's no chance because America is Biden quote himself. They are standing strong with Israel.
Yeah.
They
If
will,
nobody understands, I put in literally everyone our Discord chat for Opinion Planet if you're ever interested. But a wheel of names, and I put Hamas and Israel, and wheel of names decided. It's like the magic conch from SpongeBob, you know?
Discord supports Israel.
Yeah.
I remember hearing now that fuck, what was it? People were saying that like the U.S. could possibly be engaged on almost 3 war fronts. So there's obviously the Russia-Ukraine situation, which I haven't heard anything. I wonder if it's just like a stalemate and just no head ground is being made on anything.
Yeah.
There's that.
I haven't heard much. Yeah, I think it's probably just that. Probably not much going on.
Winter coming up, yeah.
Winter coming up. Ukraine's probably gonna win.
What makes you say that?
I mean, Russia. You know, they used to they had a good track record with winter, but I mean, with shitty supplies, and it's kind of like Germany in World War One, right? You know, low morale, low supplies. You know, kind of just ends up to be a really shitty situation for you. Really shitty logistics. They don't know how to interact with logistics. at least like any other modern military does. So it's probably the single most important thing in a military. But
Yeah. Yeah, there's that front, Israel, Palestine, and then a lot of speculation that China was gonna snatch and grab Taiwan, I think. Because, now's a good time. Why the hell not?
that could be fun. I like to go to I like to go to Taiwan.
Yeah, we're in a conflict with, like, the other two biggest superpowers.
That one I
combined.
understand though. I mean, we have Taiwan. We have the single most, like one of the largest exporters of microchips, and
Taiwan
especially
is?
in a technological era, we need chips.
Yeah. Taiwan is ours. It belongs to us.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's crazy how, like, the U.S. just kind of came out of, in a, looking at, like, the past couple hundred of years, the U.S. just kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
And
like exists
controlled-
for 250 years.
Yeah, and we're USA
Yeah.
number one.
USA number one. That would be that's pretty good.
Actually, say that in a Borat.
Because it's something he'd say. I don't know. I mean, I think we just did everything right. You know, we're that one
We did everything.
we're that one nation, that one kingdom on the hill that like that by God's we're just God's creation. Everything led up to us. History started on July 4th, 1776.
Is America still number one?
I think it's gonna be like Rome. You know, it's gonna, especially how we're handling the economy. Maybe I'm just an idiot, but
No, don't think like that. I want to hear your opinions. How do you think we'll end up like Rome?
yeah, I mean especially how irresponsibly we're handling our money and how our money's just based off a premise. But I mean, I guess it's a lot of other countries as well. But I mean, great nations normally, they snuff out after a short while.
Why do you think they snuff out? What would you guess is like the biggest contributing factor to
Well, I haven't done a lot of research, but but
that's perfect. I don't want you to do research. I don't want you to have the correct answer. I just want
yeah,
your
that's fair. That's
answer.
fair. Yeah, I think a lot of it is probably due to the economy, or like how they handle public programs.
Quality of life for the citizen.
Yeah, quality of life. Yeah, definitely. Probably corruption is probably one of the biggest ones, and we're not amazing with that, especially
No.
with our capitalistic economy. But it's
I'm
hard to get
glad-
away from. Capitalism is one of the better options out there, but it's also like, it's very predictable. Like, you kind of know that humans are corrupt, so obviously they're going to be greedy with certain things. But
It's not humanitarian. That's why we should just fully switch to socialist. Whatever the fuck that means. What would change?
go to communism
No, socialism.
and
I mean, what's
socialism.
the difference, really?
No, because I mean that's that's what republicards think. You're going to socialism, you might as well go fully to communism, huh?
Yeah, people just get like free food. They'll just be able to have a roof over their head.
Yeah, we're just do handouts over here.
I don't know. I think ideally, I mean, the majority like of essentials are provided for everyone: food, water, and shelter. I know it's like with the money that we're spending on the wars and whatnot, be able to use that money for ending homelessness or putting a big dent. I don't know if you could ever fully eradicate something, but you can fucking try. Yeah, just like actual humanitarian, help your fellow man type shit.
Yeah.
Instead of just feed the other guy across the river feed his little ego.
I mean, that's interesting, though. I mean, that's what sets us apart from other animals is that we have empathy. We have the idea of sharing. You know, this road that I made, it could be yours as well. But we stray further from it as we do shit like that. Yeah, I mean, we appeal to the alphas. If you want to put it in animal terms, all right?
Yeah, the Andrew Tates of the...
Yeah. Have you ever seen those videos where, like, is these people who are, like, you know, crawling in the mud or some shit and some guy screaming at them and they paid for this male program?
Like military recruitment type shit?
It's
No.
not even military, it's just they paid to do it, but they're trying so hard to be like the military. Like, you're not a man until you've done this program.
I don't know.
All right, that's for a different day then. I want to show you some stuff. That's like a big thing. It's like Andrew Tate people.
Completely off topic, but out of all the serial killers that you know of, who are you most like, or who do you most identify yourself with?
I don't know a lot of serial killers, unfortunately.
All right. Out of the ones that you do know,
was it like Jeffrey Dahmer? He exclusively like killed women.
specifically men. He was gay.
Wasn't Ted Bundy the one that specifically killed women?
Yeah.
Oh, it was Bundy? All right. So it'd be Bundy, except
You're not
all
Bundy.
except all the rapist part. You know.
You're not good enough looking to be Ted Bundy. You don't have charisma. You're not a lawyer.
Do you think that man's good looking?
All right, for serial killers, he is good looking. All right, compare that face to fucking. All right, I'm gonna show you a photo of Ed Gein. Do you know who Ed Gein inspired?
Ed Gein?
Ed Gein. He inspired the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Ted Bundy is a motherfucking model compared to this fucking guy.
Ed Gein looks kind of dope. What are you talking about?
All right.
He looks like he's someone you'd find in a picture frame at like Hobby Lobby.
I could see that. Yeah. He's not that bad. Depraved serial killer. What the fuck is this?
He made human taxidermy. That's Ed Gein. He dug up dead people and he put their fucking skin onto couches.
I see that, dude. This photo is haunting, especially like I think this is more haunting while I'm drunk. What the fuck?
Send the photo. I'm curious what you're talking.
What the hell? What is up with that teeth up there?
Send the fucking photo, man.
I send it to opinions.
What the? Oh shit. Evidence room? Yeah.
Dude, he's in handcuffs and he's smiling. I'd say I'm like this guy.
You self-identify with Ed Gein?
I do, yeah.
Fuck, there's another. Who was the other guy? John Wayne Gacy. He was the clown killer.
That sounds boring.
He killed clowns, or he
Ed
was
Gein
a
buried
clown?
his mother in Plainfield Cemetery,
He was
Wisconsin.
That killed
Damn.
people, tortured people. He was responsible for murders in the area of Des Moines, Iowa. There's no.
Gein's ghastly objects included human face masks and cutlery made from arm bones.
What the fuck? How do you think
Can you imagine eating your food with arm bones? Can you imagine your legacy is getting buried and then getting dug up, and then your arm bones are used as cutlery?
Jason, what do you think it takes to make that kind of person? To make a fucking Ed Gein exist? Like, what disconnect from reality is existing right there?
I don't even know where to fucking begin. I don't even... We made an upholstered chair out of human skin. I don't know what the fuck you have to go wrong. I think that's just, like, psychology, right?
Yeah. Well, obviously the whole... okay, the whole reason why I brought up the whole serial killer thing, there's this great show on Netflix called Mindhunter. It's about these two FBI agents that form a special division, the Behavioral Sciences Division. Pretty much discusses the psychology of repeat killers The term serial killer wasn't like coined until the late 70s. Surprisingly, I thought it was like way earlier, but pretty much they started studying the psychology of these psychopaths. Like, what made you tick? Why did you kill? What inspired you? Like, was it sexual? How much of it was sexual? How did you pick your victims? Etc. Etc. The whole trying to break down the whole mental process.
As a way to try and get more help, or
To be
just
able to identify potential other killers, to like be able to get into their minds, like, okay, this is, this killer, they're pretty likely to return to the scene of the crime, if only there to relive it. They might be close to police just to like, really edge themselves, like, oh, I'm straddling the line of getting caught. The reason why I say it's interesting is it's bringing up some shit I didn't even know happened. So in Atlanta, Georgia, from 1978 to 1981, there was 29 child deaths, and the FBI believed that they were all, commenced by one killer. What the fuck is this? Is that nipples?
That's Ed Gein's nipple belt. What are you talking about?
I
It's the
could've done-
iconic nipple belt. Of course, everyone's heard of it.
What the fuck?
What the fuck? All right, I actually
No.
I got a clearer image of that one I got earlier.
I don't want to.
The teeth, though, that was like the most freakiest part. It looks like it's teeth, but it's not. It's like it's just the stand for it. But like, what the fuck? This is the biggest standing out feature for me. We can see the utensils better.
No, there's this fucking guy that supposedly killed like 30 children. The FBI was only able to link 2 of the cases to him, as opposed to like the other 27 kids whose murders are still technically unsolved. I don't know. I'm getting all of this from the show, so I'm not sure like how accurate they were, but pretty much what did him was carpet fiber match. So the carpet fibers on the victim's clothes matched carpet in his house, as well as dog fur.
Yeah.
But no, it's, I don't know.
wing Jason.
I won't lie, the skull cup, it's fucked up, but
Dude,
I
this
kind
is-
of.
Can you imagine if like you're at a house of somebody and then they pull that out for their guacamole bowl, or like they're using that to like.
You're gonna do that?
What are your thoughts on like Ed Gein inspired lampshades?
No, thank you.
Yeah, there's some sick fucks. I know Ted Bundy, he predominantly blamed a lack of a father figure, I think his mother to some extent, and pornography as like being one of the biggest desensitizers for
Wait, who is it?
Ted Bundy.
Oh yeah.
Blamed
I remember
pornography.
him talking about pornography. But yeah. It's like an interview where they're testing the chair in the middle of the interview.
Yeah, that's right. He got the electric chair. Yeah.
Yeah, it was the middle of the interview. It was just, they're testing it.
I'm trying to remember he was one of the other serial killers featured on Mindhunter. Ed Kemper. He was a pretty social, well-spoken.
Why do you know
intelligent-
so many of these guys? Are you
Because-
inspired by them?
Yes. I don't know. I guess I had a bit of a true crime phase. This shit interested me.
It's fair.
I don't know why it does. Maybe it's just because I like to, get the thrill of like vicariously living out another murder.
Can you imagine yourself taking a life of another human being?
I've thought of it. I mean,
I feel like
You know what,
everyone has thought of it.
yeah, what separates thoughts from actions is empathy, and I know I have that. I don't actively want to kill someone, but I have thought of it as like a fun mental exercise. Like, how well do I think I would do? What would I do? And my best solution is like randomized chaos, You know, it's just like keep it simple, keep it sweet. Just a fucking stabbing in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
And just run away. You don't need to be complicated. Don't try and dispose the body. You'll fuck it up probably.
Well, yeah.
Unless you like.
Another thing is fingerprints, size of the blade, where were you at? What were you doing at the time?
You know, if they can link you anywhere nearby.
Yeah, how you got into the house. You know, do they have any cameras? You know, ring's a big thing. Yeah, irregular behavior. Any purchases that happened that night. You know, if you went to go get gas before you did it. Because your vehicle was low on gas or some shit. You know, something small like that. You know?
Fucking everything. I don't know. It's interesting. Otherwise, oh shit! I never took that quiz that I was gonna take. What serial killer am I?
Yeah. How about you send it to all of us and we'll figure it out.
I will.
Whichever every high character are you?
What the fuck? What the fuck is that? Is that the human skin lampshade?
Yeah. It's inspired.
I'm gonna get you one.
I'm gonna make you do a lampshade.
Alright, so question 1. So what type of people would you like to kill? Rich women, whorish women, brunette women with nice skin. What the fuck?
Brunette women.
Alright.
Too easy.
Alright, I'll take the quiz for you. Brunette women.
Well, no, I'm doing it as well.
Alright,
Select your preferred killing of people. Method of killing people. Strangle, shoot them. Shooting's too quick. Both strangling and killing with a knife.
It's good content. That's why.
Beat them, stab them, shoot them, whatever, man. Yeah, I like that.
I hope Jason gets. I hope Jason gets Dennis. Come on.
Next, let's go. My
I'm
God,
stuck on
why is it not
two.
working?
I think they're gonna contact authorities to be like, hey, these two need to get checked out right now.
Wait, here's an interesting quiz for you. Whichever after high character are you? No thanks. Can I just go next, please? Can I go to question 3?
It's
All
not
right.
gonna work.
I'm restarting it. Oh my God.
I tried it. It's not gonna work.
What kind of website is this? Brunette women. Next. Beat them. Next. It just doesn't work. I think it's fake. I think this website's fake.
You have a virus now.
I probably do. Except there's like less viruses made for Macs than there are for Windows, so it's less likely. Oh my God, I don't care about Ever After High. Alright, you know what? Start this. Which Ever After High character are you? Which dresses would you like to wear if you were a princess? Let's do the classic maroon gown. Next. What is your favorite class? Chemistry's good. Kingdom management. Let's just do chemistry. It's next.
Which quiz did you take?
It's what is your favorite, or no, what is your Ever After High character?
Oh, you're taking that one. Okay.
Yeah, and it won't let me get after 2, so I think this website's just useless.
You don't want.
Oh wait, oh here's another one. Here's an interesting quiz for you. Avatar element. What avatar are you? All right, let's start this one. What is your favorite weather? I really don't care, but I do really like stormy weather, but that doesn't exist. I like all weather. Next. All right, what characteristics do I have most? Am I wise?
No.
No.
Am I fun-loving?
No.
Am I strong and focused?
Sure.
Is there any other options?
I think I'm an all-around person, or I am caring.
No.
I'm strong and focused.
Yeah.
All right, next. Won't let me go next. Dude, this website is actually... If you ever go to proprofs.com, this does not have OPP's endorsement. Oh, here's another quiz. Which Ever After High character are you? All right, let's try this one. All right, I'm out of this website. All right, can you show me like an actual serial killer quiz?
I'm trying, man. I'm picking one right now. I'm gonna see if it gives me an actual decent answer. But do I suffer from a mental disorder?
Yes.
Is it severe or not very severe?
Not very severe.
Okay. Do I ever hear voices?
Nope.
Thank you. Do I believe that prostitution should be legalized? Yes.
Yes.
Do you consider groups of people who are different religious, ethnicities, races, or sexual orientation to be inferior to you?
Yes.
I like one of the answers is only the weird ones like Scientology.
It's pretty good. I know
Only
some
the one-
guy who would say yes, but you're a no.
I like one of the other answers as well. Nah, they're inferior for different reasons.
They are.
I don't believe they're inferior. Do you believe it is okay to kill someone you know is a violent criminal before they are tried in a court of law if they are a threat to society? It'll personally impact me, yes. Would I ever eat human flesh? All right. What kind of serial killer would I be? I would be an organized and goal-oriented. I'm a planner. I'd carefully plot each murder and carry it out methodically. You'd kill them in one location and move them to another. You'll study your forensic science. The good news is you're much harder to catch. You won't kill for the person, you'll kill for the material gain. Your goal is finance, not a psychopathic compulsion. I mean, Jason, let's be real. If I gave you the address to the fucking Motel 6 that Warren Buffett is staying at, and he has a briefcase full of like $2 billion, are you going to pay him a visit? Hello? Did you hear the question?
Who was it?
Warren Buffett. He's at the Motel 6 nearby, and he has a briefcase full of $2 billion, and he is alone, and you know where he is at. Are you going to pay him a visit?
No.
No.
Why would I? I don't care about Warren Buffett.
$2 billion, though.
He said that he's nearby. So it's like one of those scams, like
No, you know he is there. You have photo proof, and there's no one else with him.
I don't know, he's too high profile, right? A lot of money just to
I'm
pick
not
up.
a fucking Fed, alright? Just say that you'll fucking kill him.
Sorry, I took a piss and I came back and I just came back to that question, so
Well, it's good to know. I'm glad, Jason, that you inspired me to get some Christmas ideas for you.
what is that?
If I ever break a bone, I'm gonna ask the doctors to take it out and replace it. I'm gonna ask to keep it as well.
You're gonna replace it with you're gonna turn it into silverware?
Yeah, actually, I could just get like a fake dog bone and probably make it work. And then you'll have to bring it to like the mess hall when you're eating breakfast.
I will actually. Like, would you like a spoon? Like, no. I have my own. What a human bone. They don't even know.
A blanket, just like invite some of your coworkers back to your room and just a blanket that looks like a human fucking.
Yeah, I like that actually. Can you imagine, like, even if it's just the inspired, like, human skin inspired lamps, just have that in my room for, like, room inspection when they come over? What the fuck is that? Oh, it's an Ed Gein piece.
It's an original.
It's an original. How the fuck do you justify that? How would you?
You don't. Fuck, I think that happened with the Dahmer case. There was like some of the shit that he used to kill people. Um the landlord like technically took ownership of it after he was arrested. And people were like asking to buy it, and he made sure to dispose of all of it just because there's no fucking reason that the drill that he used to lobotomize someone should be worth anything.
I mean, obviously, there's gonna be people who will buy that, but
Yeah. No, Dahmer was one who got killed in prison by another prisoner because the prisoner found out, the child killing the
yeah,
what's the word, necrophilia? Yeah.
it's badass.
What are you saying that to?
What am I saying that to?
Yeah.
All of it.
What are you saying?
It's a
is
blanket
bad?
statement.
A human skin blankets.
Yeah. No, obviously, to the fucking guy getting killed in prison, because it's like, the government, they create their own punishments.
Yeah.
But the punishments that they further get from other people in society and or inside the prison, that's up to further interpretation.
Yeah. What state is Milwaukee in? Wisconsin?
Yeah.
That's where Dahmer was based in. And Wisconsin doesn't have
Weird. That's where Ed Gein was too.
Yeah, there's a fair amount of Midwest.
Why? Why Wisconsin though?
The Midwest is boring, so they
No, it's because they try so hard to be Minnesota that they just don't.
Actually,
They don't really get anywhere with it, so it just becomes a boring state.
is there any serial killers from Minnesota? Paul Michael Stefani, who was
No.
dubbed the weepy voiced killer. What the fuck? He killed 3 women, and he called the police in a high pitched voice about it. Trash.
It's kind of cringe.
I
killed 3 people. Was he like the gingerbread man from Shrek?
Yeah. Billy
3
Richard
people died
Blade.
tonight. Please come over.
It'd be pretty good.
Who
I
are the
kinda like-
scariest Minnesota serial killers? Discover Walks blog.
Yeah, there's not very interesting serial
What did you
killers.
say was Jeff Wise?
William Williams. That is
William Williams? It's a boring ass name. I understand why he wanted to do that.
Cornish immigrant working as a miner in St. Paul.
Paul Michael Stefani. Paul was a famous serial killer. Nope. Never heard of him, so I don't really think so. There's also the weepy voice killer because telephone calls. Tearful and high-pitched voice. What does he look like, Michael Stefani? Tearful and high-pitched. Why would he do that?
I don't know.
remorseful.
Why would someone make a fucking lamp out of human skin?
Souvenir.
The Zodiac killer as well. He was
Oh, he died in Oak Park Heights? That's where, in prison? Because that's where a prison is. That's where,
technically
the
no?
guy who stepped on the guy's neck is. The guy who created all the riots. You know, what is that police guy's name? Forgot his name.
Police guy?
Yeah, he knelt on an African or probably a black guy's neck.
Oh, fuck. Derek Chauvin? No.
Yeah, Jarek Siobhan. That's where he is. He's in Oak Park Heights prison,
Let's go to the list.
I think. But he died in Oak. Yeah, there it is. I just am retarded and drunk, so I read Oak Park Heights and that's it. But he died in the prison, that prison of skin cancer. That's where Michael Stefani died.
You know, it's a movie you can watch, Jason.
What's that?
Zodiac. It has your favorite actor of all time, Robert Downey Jr. in it.
My
Also has
favorite actor is actually Ryan Gosling, so.
Yeah, he's in it now.
Yeah, okay.
Jake Gyllenhaal's in it. I guess, yeah. They believe they found who he was, but never arrested during his life.
Okay.
The Zodiac guy, he's the kind of person that would just like send like that cliche of people taking out letters from a magazine and gluing it onto a piece of paper just to taunt police. That's kind of what Zodiac guy was like.
Yeah, they never really found him, did they?
Technically no, but apparently the FBI believed they had their guy, but they didn't arrest him.
Believes they have
Okay.
identified.
He's
We know
dead,
who he
so
is, but he doesn't need to be arrested.
let's just leave him be.
He's dead.
I don't know.
Do you think that's just confirmation bias, or do you think they actually found their guy?
I wouldn't be surprised if they were actually able to find him. I mean, fuck. You throw enough people and money at a problem and, well, okay. For these kinds of problems, you throw enough people, money, and time at it, and over a course of X amount of years, I think you're likely to get some pretty accurate results.
A lot of it is based off of hearsay, though, right?
I don't know. And I'll have to find a good YouTube video that like documents everything about the Zodiac.
What if I'm the Zodiac killer?
It's actually Ted Cruz.
It is Ted Cruz. My grandma called me up one day. Not out of the blue, but we're talking. She said it was like when he was applying. It was like back in 2016. He's like saying, "You remind me of Ted Cruz." It's the way he talks. So I don't know.
You're destined to be a politician.
I'm destined to be a politician serial killer.
Yeah.
I could see that. I wouldn't take being a politician seriously though. I couldn't do that.
What the fuck? Why is it? John
Molly,
Wayne
could you imagine yourself being a politician?
No, not at all.
No shit.
It doesn't have to be like massive. It could just be like local elections or
I
the
would
local
not.
government.
I don't think I'd be good at it.
What do you think you'd be good at?
Honestly, I don't know. There's not a whole lot of things I think I would be good at, if any.
Crocheting?
That's like the one thing I can think of.
Story making?
No. Team manage.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at another serial killer, this time a politician serial killer. Apparently John Wayne Gacy was kind of involved in politics.
So it's
working
like
as
you?
Yeah. He worked as an assistant precinct captain for the local Democratic Party. And then, he married his girl September 1964. His girlfriend's father, or his wife's father, subsequently purchased 3 Kentucky Fried Chickens. And Gacy managed 3 KFCs. Pretty interesting. What the fuck?
He was a manager of 3 KFCs.
Yeah. And he killed
It's
like
always the
30
fucking weird people who are like general managers.
Gacy entered
No.
local Democratic
I had
Party.
what's that?
He used his KFC employees to clean party headquarters at no charge. What the fuck?
What a piece of shit. I had a general manager who got DUIs constantly. It was like going to work one day and it's like, "Hey, where's this guy at?" And he's like, "Oh, he's in jail. He had a DUI last night." Like, "Oh, okay."
I can't imagine that as your GM. Just he's gone today. He got a DUI.
You can't imagine it?
I can't. It's just like your everyday.
Yeah. I don't know. I had an interesting work life early on.
Um. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Should we call it right here? I think this was pretty good. I'm getting brain dead.
We're actually
I-
doing a 24-hour stream. We're waiting for at least one person to show up.
We keep on streaming until fucking one person joins.
Yeah. Now, if we don't get at least one person by January, I think we're gonna switch to Kick or some shit. Just to try it out. But
That's fair. We can
it's
try it.
weird because we had more luck on YouTube, but I don't know.
It's I don't know. I don't know how the best way to do this shit is. How do we please, invisible viewer, tell us how to reach more of you?
Yeah. Thank you. Spread it to all your Facebook friends and mommies and daddies.
All right. Thank you for joining us on the Palestine Gaza serial killer extravaganza. We thank you for your time, and yeah, I guess go fuck yourself. I don't fucking know.
OPP.
Oh,
OPP.
Oh,
OPP.